Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So today we will read from Jayapataka Swami Vani, Teachings of Srila Jayapataka Swami, website jpsvani.com, biography of His Holiness Jayapataka Swami Maharaj. I went to your country with a mission, and you all good souls were sent by Krishna to me, Srila Prabhupada. One of the good souls sent by Krishna to Srila Prabhupada is His Holiness Jayapataka Swami Maharaj, who has been serving Srila Prabhupada as a selfless worker over the last 3 decades. Birth, childhood and education. Jayapataka Swami was born John Gordon Erdman on April 9, 1949, the Ekadashi after Ramanami in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, USA, to John Hubert, a Lorraine Erdman. He was born into opulent surroundings, his father's father being the founder of a large paint factory, which was a multi-million-dollar concern at the time of his birth. Later, His Holiness Jayapataka Swami Maharaja was glad to see that his name Gordon Jan already suggested what Srila Prabhupada confirmed that he and other two devotees were formerly associates of Lord Chaitanya, and that they had taken their birth in the West to facilitate spreading Krishna consciousness around the world. When Jayapataka Maharaja was 11 years old, at the suggestion of his grandfather, he cured himself of a skin disease by calling on the name of God. At 14, he graduated almost effortlessly in the very top of his class from St. John's Academy, a college preparatory school. He was offered full scholarships, including tuition, books, fooding, lodging, plus incidental expenses by several major universities around America. He accepted admission into Brown University. There, as a fresh enrollee, he was so much moved by a guest lecture on the life of Buddha that he lost all interest in his studies and began searching for a spiritual teacher. After some time of searching and austerity, he concluded he would have to go to India to find his teacher. As he was preparing to leave for India, he met the devotees of His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada, founder Acharya of the International Society for Krishna Consciousness, doing kirtana and distributing back to Godheads at the park. When one devotee approached him to take a copy of the BTG, he was stunned to see the tilak on his face, and experiencing some strange feelings, he began to run. After running a few minutes, he stopped to contemplate on what he had seen and how he had been so much affected. It was the experience of seeing something after a long time, a reawakening of something that had been dormant and hidden from his memory. He walked back to the park, but by then the devotees were gone. There began his search for the Hare Krishna devotees. Since ISKCON was not very well known, he could not find them for a long time. It was finally during the Rath Yatra preparations in San Francisco that he found the location of the ISKCON center. He came to the temple where His Grace Jayananda Prabhu was making the Ratha cart for Jagannatha. His Holiness Jayapataka Swami Maharaja was drawn into service of the Ratha by Jayananda Prabhu. Later he met Srila Prabhupada, who encouraged him by inviting him to take prasadam with him and making sure he got more than just generous servings. In just 2 months after visiting ISKCON, His Holiness Jayapataka Swami Maharaja decided to commit himself to the principles of ISKCON. Jayananda Prabhu saved his head, and everyone was surprised to see that within 2 months of coming in contact with ISKCON, he had shaved up and joined in. In 1968, Gordon John took first initiation in Montreal, Canada, and was given the name Jayapataka Dasa Brahmachari, and he was very soon awarded second initiation in New York. Several years later, while discussing a difficult situation in Mayapur, Srila Prabhupada remarked upon the name Jayapataka as follows: Jayapataka Maharaja, you gave me the name Jayapataka. I hope that name comes true, that there will be victory. Prabhupada, it has already become so. Jayapataka Maharaja, then Jayapataka Dasa, began to render a number of services for ISKCON and Srila Prabhupada. The first most important was his service as the president of ISKCON Montreal. Srila Prabhupada wrote him in a letter, for the present I think you cannot leave Montreal, your service is much too valuable there. While in Montreal, His Holiness was engaged in the service of his printing books and dispatching them to other ISKCON centers around the world. In a letter dated 6th October 1968, Srila Prabhupada wrote him, I am interested in starting the press, so if you can manage it, will be very nice. His service to the Bhaktivedanta Book Trust continued in India and continues until today as he is one of the trustees of the BBT. Later on, the instruction of Srila Prabhupada is Olina Jayapataka Swami Maharaja went to Toronto to open a center there. When Jagadisha took over the Toronto center as president, he wrote to Srila Prabhupada inquiring about his service, and Srila Prabhupada told him to go to India on a long visa as we have a great deal of work to do there. Jayapataka Maharaja's flight to India gives already the hint of his expertise in travelling with the most mileage and least expense possible. He flew for 48 hours in what was the cheapest flight in history, flying Montreal, London, Brussels, Bombay, Calcutta. At Calcutta, Jayapataka Maharaja began to learn Bengali by going out to buy fruits and vegetables along with the other devotees. He conducted house programs, organized pandal programs, and personally went out on Nagar Sankirtan and book distribution though there was so much violence in the city. Soon the devotees found a new place in Mayapur, and Srila Prabhupada arrived 29th August 1970 in India. When he arrived, it was known that Srila Prabhupada had already given sannyas initiation to 9 persons in the US. Srila Prabhupada one day called Jayapataka Dasa and asked him if he would take sannyasa, and in response he said, Yes, Prabhupada, whatever you like. Thus, on the day of the most auspicious Radhastami in 1970 in Calcutta, Srila Prabhupada personally performed the fire yagna and Jayapataka Dasa got his sannyas initiation. This 12th sannyasi disciple of Srila Prabhupada would be henceforth known as Tridandi Bhikshu Jayapataka Swami. Arriving in Mayapur on eternal service to the Holy Dham, when ISKCON got a land in Mayapur, His Olina Jayapataka Swami Maharaja went there on the instruction of Srila Prabhupada. When he first arrived in Mayapur, understanding that he was in the Holy Land, he offered his obeisances and then dipped his head into the cool Ganges mud to get the blessings, recollecting how Akrura, when he entered Vrindavana, saw the lotus footprints of Krishna in the holy mud of Vrindavana. There were 5 other devotees with His Holiness Jayapataka Swami Maharaja in Mayapur. As funds were short, His Holiness Jayapataka Swami Maharaja began engaging in agriculture. He studied several books, learned different methods, and got the best crop. Local farmers were surprised and wanted to learn from him. This helped build a lasting relationship with the local people. Maharaja taught them modern techniques of agriculture, and the farmers taught him Bengali. He began to give classes in Bengali where his few listeners would correct him in his language, and soon he began to perfect his knowledge of the language. Jayapataka Maharaja had wanted to learn even in 1968 when he was in the West, but it did not seem necessary there. His desire was fulfilled automatically when he was sent down to Bengal by Srila Prabhupada. Life in Mayapur in the initial days was very austere and full of different types of dangers. Devotees would sleep on the floor of a grass hut. Since they were living on their own crop, they would have to eat the same vegetable for 3 months. Once when Srila Prabhupada was there, a large cobra was found in his toilet. Prabhupada called out to Jayapataka Maharaja, and he very quickly managed to save Prabhupada. Eventually, they got a 3-room warehouse built by the main gate. Jayapataka Maharaja soon began to oversee construction work in Mayapur, and the artistic lotus building was built. But envious circles began to give the devotees a lot of trouble. With permission from Srila Prabhupada and the police, His Holiness Jayapataka Swami Maharaja kept a gun for protecting ISKCON devotees and property. As a devotee who was with him at that time remarked, Jayapataka Maharaja, was a great shooter. Jayapataka Maharaja also formed different teams of devotees called Krishna team, Arjuna team, etc. to keep guard at night. Jayapataka Maharaja was very meticulous with all his services at Mayapur. He was very careful that not an anna was unnecessarily spent. He worked hard day and night and would most often be at least 2 hours late for his prasadam. Devotees who worked for him always found that when they took some matter to him, he not only solved it but also added new dimensions of expansion to it. An early devotee who worked with him remarks, there are very few people who care from the bottom of their heart about ISKCON Mayapur. Jayapataka Maharaja's experience, loyalty, and the capacity of Mayapur in-house are unparalleled. Preaching in India. With the permission of Srila Prabhupada, Jayapataka Maharaja applied for Indian citizenship. This meant that he could not leave the other country. He utilized this time for traveling within Bengal to the villages, preaching and distributing books. Srila Prabhupada told Jayapataka Maharaja to distribute 10,000 big books and 1 lakh small books every month. He found unique ways of distributing books such as marketplace distribution, pandal programs, festival programs, and Namahatta. Maharaja made it a point to preach not only in the cities but also in the interiors of India in the villages. Kingdom of God. Srila Prabhupada had the vision of a temple of the Vedic planetarium to be built in Mayapur. He was talking to the scientists and telling them to figure out the fifth canto and build the planetarium, and he also told Jayapataka Maharaja to figure it out. One time when Jayapataka Maharaja came into the room to see Srila Prabhupada, he said, I have given you the kingdom of God, now develop it. Jayapataka Maharaja found it as a serious and at the same time humorous statement. During the period of the initial development of Sri Mayapur Chandrodaya Mandir, the presiding deities of the Mandira, Sri Radha Madhava, were brought to Mayapur, and Jayapataka Maharaja recognized them from a dream he once had years ago while preaching in the West. In 1977, ISKCON Mayapur was attacked by the local villagers. They tried to take away everything and devotees were arrested. At the time, His Holiness Jayapataka Swami Maharaja got the locals mobilized and organized a big procession from Mayapur to the Chandkazi Samadhi and then to the Jagannatha temple. About 25,000 people participated in the march. It consisted of 168 Kirtan groups. Namahatta. In Los Angeles in 1970, before Jayapataka Maharaja had come to India, Prabhupada had stopped in front of a church and said that in the future there would just be a few devotees in the temples, but to so many would be practicing in their homes. At that time, it was hard for Jayapataka Maharaja to understand this, as most devotees were living in the temple and there was no congregation. However, the protest march and the discovery of the 168 Kirtan groups and his services of book distribution, pandal programs, house programs, and enrolling life members helped him understand that there were so many people who were interested in Krishna and that they needed to be given more care. To engage all these devotees and give them training, first His Holiness Jayapataka Swami Maharaja considered making an ISKCON Sankirtan organization or ISO. Srila Prabhupada not only gave his blessings for this project but also told him that the villagers could come to the temple, stay for a few days, get the idea about Krishna consciousness, and go back to their villages and establish the same thing in their own village. After Srila Prabhupada's disappearance, His Holiness Jayapataka Swami Maharaja got the Gaudiya Patrika from Bhakticharu Maharaja, which explains in detail the system of Namahatta preaching. This inspired Jayapataka Maharaja to establish, expand, and develop this method of preaching. In the recent times, Jayapataka Maharaja has also developed the system of Bhakti Vriksha preaching, which assists Namahatta preaching by enabling wider preaching and giving intensive and personal training to devotees so that everyone gets the chance to train to be a pure devotee while engaging in preaching activities. Nitai Pada Kamala boat. One devotee in Mayapur was touring down on the Ganga, taking a boat from Padma down, and this gave Jayapataka Maharaja the idea of a boat party. He got the permission of the devotees concerned and was sent through enough money from New York to buy a boat. Jayapataka Maharaja personally went and bought a boat from Diamond Harbour, Habra, to Mayapur. Here is an interesting conversation which shows Srila Prabhupada's interest in this preaching mode. Jayapataka, would you like to see the Goshala or the boat today? Srila Prabhupada, which side is boat? Straight. Bhavananda, boat is at Hulur Ghat. Prabhupada, boat is worth seeing. Laughter, break. Morning walk, January 17, 1976, Mayapur. Srila Prabhupada named the boat Nitai Pada Kamala. Soon a set of Gaurnita duties appeared in Mayapur and Srila Prabhupada personally installed them in the boat. Food for Life. Srila Prabhupada wrote to the devotees in Mayapur, I want that you shall distribute prasadam at least to hundreds of persons daily and advertise widely all over Nadia province for people to come there and take prasadam daily without charge. By 1973, Srila Prabhupada wrote to them that he was glad with the prasadam distribution reports. In 1974, Srila Prabhupada wanted a prasadam distribution pavilion built in Mayapur where 1000 people could take prasadam at the same time. In 1978, when floods ravaged West Bengal, Jayapataka Maharaja risked his life several times braving floodwaters in inadequate boats to deliver emergency flood relief supplies to villages stranded on treetops and rooftops. This and countless other selfless services for the masses of India caused tens of thousands of villagers to petition the central government to grant Jayapataka Maharaja Indian citizenship. This was granted by the Union Government Home Ministry in 1978. Jayapataka Maharaja is the World Chairman for Food for Life and ISKCON's food relief programs. The descendant of Advaita Acharya himself selected His Holiness Jayapataka Swami Maharaja to be in charge of the annual Shantipur Mass Prasadam distribution program, Mayapur Mandala Parikrama and pilgrimages. Srila Prabhupada Mayapur to be a center where devotees from all over the world could conglomerate and be strengthened spiritually to continue their preaching. In March 1974, the first Gaur Purnima festival was held. 400 devotees from America, England, Europe, South America, Australia, India, and other parts of the world joined the festival. So, for the first time in 1974, His Holiness Jayapataka Swami Maharaja led groups of devotees on parikrama pilgrimage to local holy places. This visit to Mayapur would constitute the first half of the devotees' Indian pilgrimage. After 10 days, they were scheduled to go to Vrindavana. The Navadvip Mandala Parikrama has been continuing ever since, with the number of devotees participating increasing each year in the thousands. During these parikramas, His Holiness Jayapataka Swami Maharaja takes care of not only the spiritual earnestness of all the devotees but as a perfect host, he also sees to it that they are comfortably situated. Jayapataka Maharaja also has recently introduced the Ganga Safari to visit those holy places connected to Lord Chaitanya, which are approachable only along the river flow. Similarly, he conducts a tour of holy places in India and neighboring countries to give the natives a chance to see how foreigners are happy by following Krishna consciousness and to give their devotees more exposure to the places of pilgrimage. All these are organized very nicely and effectively. Life Chairman of Bhaktivedanta Swami Charity Trust. On November 5, 1977, Jayapataka Maharaja went to Vrindavana to meet Srila Prabhupada. Prabhupada told him, I am making Bhaktivedanta Swami Charity Trust, and added, you are the life chairman. Jayapataka Maharaja at this time also got the mandate from Prabhupada to unite the Saraswat family, preserving the holy dham of Lord Chaitanya and serving their pilgrims. Endless travels and GBC responsibilities. The beginning of the endless travels and GBC responsibilities 9 years after coming to India, finally in 1979, Jayapataka Maharaja got his Indian citizenship. Shyamananda Prabhu gave His Holiness an around the world ticket, encouraging him to travel. Then around 1980, Hridayananda Maharaja invited him to visit South America. That started his visits to South America, Chile, Peru, Bolivia, later Ecuador came, and other places in South America. In 1982, on the request of Hridayananda Maharaja, Balavanta Prabhu and Rupanuga Prabhu, Jayapataka Maharaja made a base in Southeast Asia. What just started as a visit soon led to becoming a GBC in that area. In this he got established. In 1984, Hamsaduta left ISKCON, and at that time there was a danger that Malaysia would be taken out of ISKCON. Then Jayapataka Maharaja sent to Malaysia to save it, and he spent 21 days there at one stretch, which was a record. Together with Hari Sauri Prabhu, they were able to save the situation. Since then, His Holiness has been looking after the preaching in Malaysia Later on, Singapore was added. His Holiness Jayapataka Swami Maharaja is also a GBC for Assam, the large size Karatalas Woompers that adds greatly to the ecstasy of his kirtans are a traditional type of Karatal in Assam that was this was presented to His Holiness in Assam. Though it is played differently in Assam than the way Jayapataka Maharaja used to, he developed this way of playing the Karatalas. Jayapataka Maharaja started as GBC in East India, which includes Bihar, Orissa, and Bengal. From 1980 to 1999, he was the GBC for Southeast USA as well as South America. He is also the GBC for Ecuador, Peru, Bolivia, and Chile. Jayapataka Maharaja serves as co-GBC in the Far East. He is also the Minister of Congregational Preaching and Minister of Congregational Development, the Vice Chairman of the World Hindu Federation, and convener of the Saraswat family. While stationed in India, His Holiness Jayapataka Swami Maharaja travelled all along Bengal and Bangladesh, visiting villages, performing Sankirtana and book distribution. Later on, once he got his Indian citizenship and was invited from several leaders to visit their countries, he began what seems his endless travelling. Travelling agents are amazed at the extent of his travelling, which are also done with very careful calculations and planning to get the most mileage at the least expense. As much as His Holiness Jayapataka Swami Maharaja loves to undertake travelling to all parts of the world and accepts any hardship for the purpose of preaching, it is a great austerity for him to have to hide the symbols of a Vaishnava from his body when he is invited to preach in certain foreign countries, festivals and celebrations. Jayapataka Maharaja personally loves attending Ratha Yatra simply because he likes Lord Jagannatha. It was during the Ratha Yatra in San Francisco that he first came into ISKCON, and his first service was to build Jagannatha's Ratha cart. Thus he believes that it is by the mercy of Lord Jagannatha that he is a devotee. His Holiness visited Puri during the Ratha Yatra in the first year of his visit to India, and Srila Prabhupada also told him to build a temple for Jagannatha in Puri, for which he is endeavoring. Wherever there is a Ratha Yatra, devotees are eager to invite His Holiness Jayapataka Swami Maharaja to attend and inspire the devotees with his ecstatic kirtan and tireless dancing. Jayapataka Maharaja also in turn attends as many as Ratha Yatras as possible and dances and sings for Lord Jagannatha's, forgetting his tiredness from travelling or other services, uniting the Saraswat Gaudiya family. Initially, Jayapataka Maharaja stayed in Gaudiya Mata for a few months in Calcutta and Mayapur and earned their lifelong respect. That short period of stay in the Gaudiya Mata was perhaps Lord Krishna's arrangement, as it has made it easier for His Holiness Jayapataka Swami Maharaja to relate with some of the Gaudiya Matas while Srila Prabhupada was in Mayapur. Since he knew Bengali, Prabhupada would send him to deliver messages to Sridhara Maharaja, Govinda Maharaja and others. Thus, when Prabhupada told Jayapataka Maharaja to unite this Gaudiya Mat, he made an effort to connect the spiritual family. After endeavoring for more than 5 years, finally, the Saraswat Gaudiya Vaishnava Association was formed with the blessings of Prabhupada and blessings of all the senior Vaishnavas like Bhakti Pramode Puri Maharaj and other Acharyas, and His Holiness is the convener for this association. Accepting disciples, on 2 occasions His Holiness Jayapataka Swami Maharaja recollects Srila Prabhupada telling him, "You are authorized to take disciples, but actually the etiquette is in the presence of Guru you should not do, otherwise you are authorized, and you are a sannyasi, so sannyasi is authorized to take disciples. That's what sannyasa means, but you don't take in the presence of your Guru." In 1977, as Srila Prabhupada's health was getting worse, he once asked Jayapataka Maharaja, "What does your astrologer say?" And Jayapataka Maharaja mentioned that there was an astrologer in Mayapur who had read Prabhupada's horoscope to Brahmananda along with all of our society's leaders about 2 weeks ago. This man said that Prabhupada was a kind of avatara, especially empowered by God, so that he was free to choose whether to come or go. As far as his future predictions went, He said that Prabhupada's present illness would go by November 28 when Venus entered another house, that he would take another month to recuperate, and that there would be no further illness for 7 years. From Tamale Krishna Goswami's diary. Though all the devotees were hopeful that Srila Prabhupada would recover, his divine grace left the planet on November 14, 1977. Earlier, His Holiness Jayapataka Swami Maharaja was one among the 11 named by Srila Prabhupada to give initiation on his behalf when he was seriously ill. Based on Srila Prabhupada's personal instructions about how sannyasis are authorized to accept disciples when their spiritual master is no more present, following in the teachings in Srila Prabhupada's books, that initiation is given by one in the current link of the disciple succession. Brahma is the original spiritual master for the universe, and since he was initiated by the Lord himself, the message of Srimad Bhagavatam is coming down by disciple succession, and in order to receive the real message of Srimad Bhagavatam, one should approach the current link or spiritual master in the chain of disciple succession. And the confirmation in his letters that generally the spiritual master comes from the group of such eternal associates of the Lord, but anyone who follows the principles of such ever liberated persons is as good as the one in the above mentioned group. Letter to Janardana, New York, 26 April 1968. His Holiness Jayapataka Swami Maharaja began to accept disciples as a spiritual master in the Srila Prabhupada branch of the Gaudiya Vaishnava Sampradaya. Several devotees who were inspired by his dedication and sincerity to ISKCON and Srila Prabhupada accepted initiation from him. Many more continue to be inspired by His Holiness and aspire to take initiation from him. His Holiness, being a senior sannyasi disciple of Srila Prabhupada, has also awarded sannyasa initiation to 14 devotees so far. Bhakti Vidya Purna Maharaja, Banu Maharaja, Prabha Vishnu Maharaja, Bhakti Vikas Maharaja, Mahavishnu Maharaja, Gopal Krishna Maharaja, Mukunda Maharaja, Bhakti Vrajendra Nandana Maharaja, Bhakti Purushottam Maharaja, Bhakti Vaidurya Madhava Maharaja, Bhakti Raghava Maharaja. Books written by His Holiness. Due to the intensity of his travelling and varied services all over the world, Jayapataka Maharaja hardly gets time for writing. Still, he has given translation and commentary to Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakura's Bengali poem Vaishnava K to counteract the speculated ideas of Ritvikism which have no basis on Shastra. His Holiness made a book called the Ritvik Mayavada Shatadusani, which give 100 points supporting the importance of accepting initiation from the current link in a Sampradaya. His Holiness is adept in the principle of Yukta Vairagya and uses all modern facilities for spreading Krishna consciousness. When the email facility came into being, His Holiness directed his disciples and others interested to keep in touch with him through email as he travelled around the world. An email conference was also formed where devotees could ask him Krishna conscious questions. These questions and answers have been compiled into a book called The Spiritual Truth from Cyberspace. His Holiness translation of the Chaitanya Bhagavat, Prabhupada Remembrance and 100 transcribed lectures avoid publication. A few of the other responsibilities of His Holiness Jayapataka Swami Maharaja in ISKCON. Zonal Secretary, Seva in West Bengal, Orissa, Bihar, Assam, Tripura, Andhra Pradesh, Karnataka, Tamil Nadu, Kerala, Bangladesh, Nepal, Sri Lanka, Malaysia, Singapore, Thailand, Atlanta, Hillsborough, Lynchburg, New Orleans, Carriere, Colombia, Bolivia, Chile, Ecuador, Peru, Andaman Islands, Meghalaya, Sikkim, Pondicherry and Bhutan. 2 GBC committees, Constitutional and Law Revision Committee member in ISKCON, Publications Review Board member, Mayapur Vrindavan Festival Committee member, Philosophical Research Group, Deity Worship Handbook Committee, GBC Incorporation Committee, Executors Committee member and Puri Development Committee. In third, in relation to Mayapur Development Committee member, Exhibits and Theme Park Department Head, Land Department Head, Ganges Erosion Precautions, Promote Sri Mayapur Worldwide, GBC's Zonal Secretary and Co-Director, All-Rounder. His Holiness Jayapataka Swami Maharaja is an all-rounder. When he does book distribution, he does it with utmost dedication and happiness. When he organizes a festival or Namahatta, again it is with the utmost dedication and happiness. There could hardly be any place in the world that he has not travelled, and hardly any service that he has not tried his hand at. Accepting any service that is given to him as the order of Guru, Krishna, and Sadhus, His Holiness does them all with love as an offering to his eternal spiritual master, Om Vishnupada Paramahamsa Parivrajakacarya, Astottara Shri Srimad A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. His Holiness Jayapataka Swami Guru Maharaj ki jai. अनंत कोटि वैष्णव की जय। ताई गौर प्रेमानंदी।